Yes, we are live.
Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Greeting and welcome back to our Thursday live. This time we are talking about beautiful topics that many people ask us to talk about, and this is the Tantric Relationship.
Yes, the art of being together. Mastering the art of being together. We have been together a long time, 16 years together.
Quite long.
Yes, it was not always easy at all. It was a real roller coaster, but I feel we mastered the art of being together. Yes.
Pretty
So
much.
for sure we have something to share. Relationship are not something that you can give it for granted. You cannot reach a perfect balance in relationship and forget about, okay, everything is perfect and it will be perfect forever. Relationship need a work in progress. It's a day by day work in progress. It's like to have a big sport car, and you need to do the maintenance from time to time to keep the engine alive, right? It's the same for relationship. You need to do some maintenance, constantly maintenance, to maintain the relationship healthy and alive. It's so easy during the time being together a long time to end in patterns of manipulation, projection, domination, or just being together to feel like a shelter, to feel secure, to feel protect. But it's only this. This is the reason why human beings are together. We really feel, we really think that there is much more to learn in being in a couple, living in a deep intimacy with another person. Is quite impossible to avoid when you go deep in a relation with another person, to project something which you carry from your family. The same structure in the mind that we use in the relation with our mama and our papa are the same which we use with our partner. So we meet, we are in honeymoon, we feel the butterfly in the stomach, everything perfect for a few months, and then when the intimacy starts to go deep, what happens? Problems start, right? Because the mask fall off, and what is in the deeper level, even in the subconscious, come up. Because again, in the relation with the partner, we often, I would say always, probably every psychology would say that, we always project our mama and our papa. We can say that we think we are only Amita and Marco, we are two, two partners, but in the beginning is always like four. We call it square relationship. There is the two partner, the projection of the mama, and the projection of the father. So Amita, Marco, my father, and his mama. That's the very common model of relationship. 99.9% of relation in the world probably are like that. So in the beginning is a honeymoon, and then after a while, when the projections start to manifest, there is patterns of unhappy, frustration, conflict, and so on, if we are not aware. Yeah. The beauty of this journey is that being in a conscious couple, you can do something. You can start recognizing the patterns, and especially the projection, and say, whoa, 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 wait, that's not you. This is my father. No? Oh, Marcos, this is not me. It's your mama. And being conscious of this, you can start slowly, slowly to drop all this projection. So what happens then for us from the square relationship, we move from the triangle relationship, where there is me, Marco, two separate beings, which in some very special and intimate moment, especially during lovemaking, we become one. Okay, so the model of the triangle. And then for sure there is one more step, which is a circular relationship where there is not even anymore Amita and Marcos. There is only oneness. This is the final goal of every spiritual conscious relationship. Yeah, sounds amazing. It's a life journey to do day by day together with a person. Yes, there is some investment to do, to put some energy. You cannot give it for granted. This it will lead you to a miserable life or superficial way of being together. Ciao Fabio. Yes.
So yeah, this journey of relationship, it's been quite intense for us. The time when we met 16 years ago, we was very young, and I personally didn't have so much experience in relationship. Had It was the first important relationship in my life, and definitely to go into a conscious relationship, to apply also all what we learn in the years after, it's been a big work. Definitely we never took it for granted. There was so many challenges. It's not been easy, and definitely to be together long time, you need to have things in common, and definitely we have things in common, but also we have so many difference in some aspect of our being, of our relationship. We are like day and night. There are things, where we are quite opposite, so we had to work with it. And the work is not trying to change the other. I thought, that I gave, so many things on her shoulders, think, oh yeah, she has to change this, she has to change that. But then soon we realize each other that that's not the way we are evolving in relationship. And the year was passing, and what we learned and what we apply in our relationship was a big personal work that we did with ourselves. And yes, we did things together, but a lot of the work we've been doing in the tantric relationship was a personal work. So we've been doing tons of psychotherapy and family constellations, all various personal work to integrate with this great spiritual work we was doing with yoga and tantra. And this allowed us to really go deep in what was our patterns, to see them, to face this every day, to realize what was these patterns that was repeating and repeating and repeating. And I guess that all of you that has been in a relationship for some years realize more or less that these patterns are there. But how to overcome these patterns, how to really face these challenges in a relationship. And so this is done with awareness of yourself, awareness of what's happening every day in the relationship. So the fundament of the tantric relationship definitely is to have this intention of evolving together. If you don't have that, this is the most important things for being in a tantric relationship. And this is, of course, the will of evolving together, the will of taking these challenges has a spiritual path. And this is happening somehow to find together the mission in life, to have something, let's say, yes, high and superior. The more high and superior mission you have in life, the better it is for evolving in a tantric relationship. So find your way, but find together something to live for, something to put the effort of this evolution together. And this definitely in the tantric relationship in the tantric tradition is the spiritual path. So if you have a spiritual practice together, then definitely this can be something really strong this is the fundament of the relationship, are very strong. Then all the rest can change. There is nothing really that has to be like this or like that in a tantric relationship. Another things that I want to share is definitely the communication. Communication is a very, very important things to take care in a relationship. Men and women, we are so different. Our brain are so different. The way we processing emotions, the way we are even like perceiving and feeling and exchanging love, it's different. Therefore, we need to learn this language of love, but especially we need to learn how to communicate in a conscious way. And this is very important. Communicate in a conscious way is first to create the condition for a good communication. And this is definitely empathy.
Yes,
to
the
really
heart.
stay in the heart, to start with that, or if the communication you see is not very efficient, to go back in the heart all the time. So this is an important step. And how this practically work? Sometimes you want to say something to your girlfriend, and for her is not the time, or vice versa. She want to tell you something, but it's not the time for you. So before even starting a communication, before even start to say something, and many times when you want to say something important, there is emotion, there is something there, especially if something like you want to tell to the other because you are not happy or something like that. There is emotion there. So what to do first is to create this empathy, this field of love, to sit, to ask the other, would you like to talk with me? I want to tell you something important. And then look about your body language. First maybe hug and have some deeper connection that is beyond words, and then you can start the communication. And this bridge of communication, it's working when you are delivering an information and the other one is getting it. So this is the important part of the communication, the empathy, how you start, and to always be in this field of love. And with the communication, a big work is done, because whatever you have to face in your relationship, big issue, big challenge, is always start by communicating, by talking in a conscious way, to never point the finger to the other and say you, because this is not gonna work. There is an endless arguing there, and you will never get anywhere. So with this, definitely you have big chance of seeing and overcoming lots of these patterns that are there in a relationship.
Yes, we say that it's almost impossible not to end in a projection and yes, bring element in your relationship that you bring from your family. We learn how to be in relationship from our mama and our papa, that we like it or that we don't like it, that we are aware and that we are not aware. So it's worthy to take the time to investigate and to recognize the patterns. The patterns will always be there. This small girl and this small boy, which sometimes is triggered, will always be there. But when you bring awareness, you don't listen the little girl or the little boy, but the adult take care. So this is the journey to do, and it's not always so easy, because very often it's really underneath is under the level of conscious, so we are not aware, and then it's more easy to point the finger, to say it's you. Why it's better to say what is the responsibility of Amita in all this situation? What is the responsibility of Marco? So finally you can work. So not ignoring the patterns, this is the first step. Otherwise, again, we can end in a superficial relationship where all the problems are put it under the carpet, where you don't want to see. yes, but things will be there anyhow, so it's better to work. And for sure, I absolutely agreed with Marcos that the space, in the space of the heart, in the space of the pure unconditional love, we can overcome any difference and any uh, problems that we carry again from the past and from the family. It's very important to take the responsibility when the partners point on this, to stop a minute and to think if there is some projection there, if there is some patterns. And when your partner is working in his patterns, which sometimes is painful, you need to be very delicate, you need to be soft, you need to hold space one from each other, you know, when is the moment, because it happens in couples, it happens, and it's healthy that it happens, because it means that then you can get rid and finally move further. It's very very common that in couples where there is not this courage to look in your patterns, to close the relation. No, I don't want to see that. I jump in another relationship. And what happened? You find another person which takes out the same things, that it triggered the same aspect, because are not solved. I used to be like that when I was more young. I used to, I had few long-term relationship, and they have all the time the same taste, the same kind of, yes, problem. And I was very young, so it was not my time yet. It was more easy to say, yes, bye-bye, I look for another, you know. And at one point, when I realized, when I met Marco, I was young, I was 29, and the same problem again come up again. I decide to this time stay and say to myself, okay, I want to work on this. And I had the lucky to find a man who also want to work on that. And this is number one requirement, to have a partner who is willing to face all this together with you, because if there is not this willingness from both sides, then it's difficult. Then it's very difficult, because when you want to do your own work but the partner doesn't follow, that there is normally it creates some distance, or one of the partner have to renounce to your own growth, but this also is very miserable. So it's important to find a partner which is willing to do that. No, you will not never find a perfect partner which it will never trigger you. This it will never happen. It will always happen that something need come out. But the important is that you are willing to work on this together. Stay and work on that without running away. This, I think, it requires a lot of courage, a lot of strength. But in the long term, it pay you back completely. And yeah, this is what characterize our long time being together, since long time. Yes, and it's never finished, for sure. It's work in progress. I'm sure that new thing will come up. Now we have a little bit more maturity, emotional maturity, to stay also with the bad feeling, with the bad emotion, and also to see this in a spiritual perspective. So don't identify too much with the emotion. This is also another amazing help. And with this perspective, it's okay, there is bad feeling, bad emotion, but you know, this is just a moment, it's transitory, you are not that emotion, and it's more easy to work, especially because I know Marco is here to hold space for me when I need, and he knows that I'm here to hold space for him when he need. Yes, and then we can work together toward the essence. I like this image of being together, working toward Buddha, toward Shiva, toward the oneness together. Yes.
Yes, it's a beautiful image that it's always with us in the difficult time. You know, when difficult times are coming, we always have, you know, this image and this mission that I was saying before, that whatever is happening, whatever difficulty and challenge in the relationship, in life, or around us, there is always this walking together towards the light, and it's the best things, you know, you can do with another person, is to have this feeling that you are walking together the spiritual path. You can do it definitely alone. We all in spirituality work for this completeness of masculine and feminine inside us, but definitely when you're sharing this with somebody else, uh, it's like this feeling of going very fast, because you can't really cheat yourself. You can't tell blah 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 too much story to yourself when you have somebody else every day in your life that is pointing at your shit, and then you realize, you know, that yes, it's not the other, but it's me. It's me that I have to take this commitment and this challenge. Yes, so let's look if you have some questions. We are very happy to answer.
I see so many friends. Ciao,
Hello.
Tasha.
Hi everyone. Nice to see you all here. So I see a nice question. So tell us your secret for being together for 16 years.
I told you already.
Yeah.
More or less, I think we told in the last 20 minutes. Well, we also have a great compatibility. There is some aspect in our astral chart, astrologically, which are completely opposite, but mostly are very, very similar. So there is a great compatibility. This made it easy when we met in the beach there in Mazunte 16 years ago in the coast of Mexico. More we get to know each other and more like, oh, me too, oh, me too, oh, me too. It was very, very similar. So our life get together in a quite a smooth way. Yes, in the end of this holiday we was already a couple. But for sure, in the time, some difference, yes, comes up, and yeah, awareness is the secret, to become aware of the strengths and the challenge and the battles and stay in the heart. Yes, an ocean of love. This is the secret for every relationship. Purify more and more and more the love. More every day, more unconditional. Every day, more universal. Love without asking nothing back. Love even with when the partner is not doesn't have the same opinion, or when you make you angry, or when it's not very sure you want to be with you, or wherever, you stay in the heart, you keep loving. This is the secret of every relation, I believe.
Yes.
Oh,
And I
so
would
soft.
say that yeah, this love, it's the background of our relationship. Yes, it's the background of the existence. But yeah, we have this feeling that the love is what really sustained the relationship. But anyway, changes are always there. You know, the world is changing. We are changing. We are definitely not the person we was when we met.
Oh,
We was
no.
so young, and we changed so much in all these years. I can't even imagine how it was when I was 25 and I met Amita. And yes, the great love was there, but so many challenges. And one of the things was we never gave up. There was a moment in which we say, "Wow, that's too much." We went to the edge of parting ways, but we never did it because it was just an issue. Just it was an issue there, and we took the challenge. And then yeah, there was some difficult time, difficult months where we was facing these issues, facing this challenge. We worked with all the way we could do it, and then, you know, this flexibility of also changing. We somehow um, reborn many times in these 16 years. We was just reborn from our ashes a few times, times where even like close friends say, okay, these guys are not gonna last so much together, but then we came up, boom, again, Amita Marco in a new version.
New project, new life,
project,
new house.
new house, new, so this changing and, like riding the change also of the world, of everything happening, it's definitely a secret or something that we've been doing and I hope we can still do it for the rest of our life. So this is something I can suggest you. It's to don't give up easy and say, okay, as Amito say, okay, let's find another partner and start from scratch. Definitely you don't have all the things that are solidified in so many years, but sooner or later you have to face issue again, you have to face challenging again. So it doesn't exist the perfect relationship. Forget about this is just a dream, it's just happening in fairy tales. So it's always a challenge relationship. So when you find someone, you say, okay, I can live the rest of my life with this person, take the challenge and go on and make this relationship your spiritual practice every day, and then this is all what it is, and it's so beautiful.
So consecration of the relation to the spiritual growth, consecration of the relation of the personal and spiritual growth. I think this is the main characteristic of a conscious relationship. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with this we can conclude.
Yes, so if there are no more questions, we close here. Thank you everyone for being with us. So beautiful to see you all here every Thursday, and have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are, and much love to all of you.
I'll see you next Thursday. We will talk again about female sexuality. Ciao.